I was told that I was quiet during meeting. Why do you so quiet? What am I going to say? I was shy and confused, then I just smiled, quiet. That was one of my want to forget moment. I had lost self-confidence back then. I was thinking, is there something wrong with me? Why was I so quiet? Why did I not to speak, raise my voice? It was like I was judged as a quiet woman in the room, in the office, in the company, and maybe in the world. I am still quiet and shy, but with much better self-confidence. Reading Susan Cain's book, Quiet, make me see myself. Like looking at the mirror, I can see what I am good at and lack of. Better knowing ourselves is important in increasing self-confidence. Here are 10 lessons I learn, and we are starting right now. Hello, I'm Zara, and welcome to Uber Mind, the YouTube channel that educates you on your mental health and self-improvement journey. For more content just like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell so that you are the first to be notified when there are new video released. Number 1. Just be introvert. Sometimes I feel sorry for myself when I was told to be more open or talkative or socializing or whatever extrovert does. I feel something very wrong with me. When I try, I get easily tired. When I am tired, I need a break, a very long quiet time. Then someone protest about it. Oh boy, trying to be extrovert is no fun at all. So stay true to your own nature. If you like to do things in a slow and steady way, don't let others make you feel as if you have to race. If you enjoy depth, don't force yourself to seek breadth. If you prefer single tasking to multitasking, stick to your guns. Being relatively unmoved by rewards gives you the incalculable power to go your own way. It's up to you to use that independence to good effect. Don't worry about socializing with everyone else. Relationships make everyone happier, introverts included, but think quality over quantity. Number 2. Just be introvert again. As introvert, I like to be prepared of anything. I spend most time to prepare. I used to think, it is an act of wasting time. But I was wrong, I never get negative feedback for being prepared. Instead, I got a lot positive feedbacks. You may not realize that what you think of your weakness may be your strength. Introverts and extroverts also direct their attention differently. If you leave them to their own devices, the introverts tend to sit around wondering about things, imagining things, recalling events from their past, and making plans for the future. The extroverts are more likely to focus on what's happening around them. It's as if extroverts are seeing what is, while their introverted peers are asking, what if? The secret to life is to put yourself in the right lighting. For some it's a Broadway spotlight, for others, a lamplit desk. Use your natural powers, of persistence, concentration, insight, and sensitivity, to do work you love and work that matters. Solve problems, make art, think deeply. Number 3. Shy versus introversion. They are not the same. I am introvert and I am also shy. I also see similarity in most introverts. No wonder, people think that shy and introvert is the same. We, introvert, tends to shy. We don't like overstimulation because we simply don't like it, so we ran away. We see this as an act of shy. I was wrong. By knowing the difference, shyness versus introversion, I change how I see people. It changed my mindset and my life, being an introvert. Shyness is the fear of social disapproval or humiliation, while introversion is a preference for environments that are not overstimulating. Shyness is inherently painful, introversion is not. Number 4. There was not something very wrong with introverts. In dealing with introvert kid, we need to change how we see them like other kid that need extra attention in math, reading, sports, and other subject. Don't think of introversion as something that needs to be cured. If an introverted child needs help with social skills, teach her or recommend training outside class, just as you'd do for a student who needs extra attention in math or reading. But celebrate these kids for who they are. Number 5. Just be gentle with me. Now, I am talking about myself, how I choose my friend and deal with people. These findings suggest something very important. Introverts like people they meet in friendly contexts, extroverts prefer those they compete with. A very different study, in which robots interacted with stroke patients during physical rehabilitation exercises, yielded strikingly similar results. Introverted patients responded better and interacted longer with robots that were designed to speak in a soothing, gentle manner. I know it is hard, but remember that it's for your own good, and, very nice, keep up the good work. Extroverts, on the other hand, worked harder for robots that used more bracing, aggressive language. You can do more than that, I know it, and concentrate on your exercise. Number 6. Being extrovert sometimes is not bad at all. Speak when you need to. Free trait theory says that introverts are capable of acting like extroverts as long as it is for the sake of their highest value. You might wonder how a strong introvert like Professor Little manages to speak in public so effectively. The answer, he says, is simple. Free trait theory, we are born and culturally endowed with certain personality traits. Introversion, for example, but we can and do act out of character in the service of core personal projects. In other words, introverts are capable of acting like extroverts for the sake of work they consider important, people they love, or anything they value highly. Number 7. Use introvert superpower, start with non-verbal things. Yes, it frees up my bandwidth. We don't need to loud to share ideas. Use our superpower to share ideas, writings. Introverts need to trust their gut and share their ideas as powerfully as they can. This does not mean aping extroverts. Ideas can be shared quietly, they can be communicated in writing, they can be packaged into highly produced lectures, they can be advanced by allies. The trick for introverts is to honor their own styles instead of allowing themselves to be swept up by prevailing norms. Number 8. Remove distractions. Introverts are not good in dealing with too much information. Now I see why I often stress when dealing with too much information. So, basically introvert use some mind space to observe the task, while extrovert just do the task. That's why I don't like people to come to my office while I am working. I don't like to take calls from people I don't know. Too much distractions. Extroverts are better than introverts at handling information overload. Introverts' reflectiveness uses up a lot of cognitive capacity, according to Joseph Newman. On any given task, he says, if we have 100% cognitive capacity, an introvert may have only 75% on task and 25% off task. Whereas an extrovert may have 90% on task. This is because most tasks are goal-directed. Extroverts appear to allocate most of their cognitive capacity to the goal at hand, while introverts use up capacity by monitoring how the task is going. Number 9. Use introvert superpower again. Persistence. Quiet but persistence trumps even in the social task. That is what Professor Adam Grant research showed. I see it in my friend. He is quiet, he speaks softly, don't like disagreement, but I am amazed how many tasks he completed within a day. Introverts sometimes outperform extroverts even on social tasks that require persistence. Wharton management professor Adam Grant once studied the personality traits of effective call center employees. Grant predicted that the extroverts would be better telemarketers, but it turned out that there was zero correlation between extroversion levels and cold calling prowess. The extroverts would make these wonderful calls, Grant told me, but then a shiny object of some kind would cross their paths and they'd lose focus. The introverts, in contrast, would talk very quietly, but boom, 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 they were making those calls. They were focused and determined. The only extroverts to outperform them were those who also happened to be unusually high scorers for a separate personality trait measuring conscientiousness. It's not that I'm so smart, said Einstein, who was a consummate introvert. It's that I stay with problems longer. Number 10. Introverts are uniquely good at leading initiative takers. Another insight from Professor Adam Grant showed that introvert leaders are very good at leading proactive people, initiative takers, while extrovert leaders are better at leading passive people. Grant says it makes sense that introverts are uniquely good at leading initiative takers. Because of their inclination to listen to others and lack of interest in dominating social situations, introverts are more likely to hear and implement suggestions. Having benefited from the talents of their followers, they are then likely to motivate them to be even more proactive. Introverted leaders create a virtuous circle of proactivity, in other words. In the T-shirt folding study, the team members reported perceiving the introverted leaders as more open and receptive to their ideas, which motivated them to work harder and to fold more shirts. Extroverts, on the other hand, can be so intent on putting their own stamp on events that they risk losing others' good ideas along the way and allowing workers to lapse into passivity. Often the leaders end up doing a lot of the talking, says Francesca Gino, and not listening to any of the ideas that the followers are trying to provide. But with their natural ability to inspire, extroverted leaders are better at getting results from more passive workers.